What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy West here, coach of your Carolina Panchams, bringing you today to the first week of the HQPL League. That is the Highscore Headquarters Pokemon League. Today we are going off against Jordan and the coach of a very inappropriately named team that I'm not going to be saying. If you know anything about him, you watch his videos, anything like that, you know the name of his team and why I'm not going to say it. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and jump on in here, show you what I'm bringing, show you why I'm bringing it. Basically, today I am leading off with my boy Heatran. I am running 248 HP, 68, 192 special defense, calm nature, really upping that special defense. It's going to be a big response to his Celebi, who I think gets Earth Power. Going to be a big response to his Ferrothorn, which could be a giant wall. Definitely, if he runs Iron Barbs, he runs anything like that, wants something that can take it. Running a pretty standard set with Lava Plume, Flash Cannon, Toxic, Protect. Shouldn't be able to do too much. Hopefully get a Toxic off on the Celebi. I know it has Natural Cure, but if it tries to stay in, I can go ahead and take that out. The next big heavy hitter I've got is Angar, Infernape, Choice Scarf, Iron Fist, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Gunk Shot, and U-Turn. Running a Physical Scarf variant, just attack, speed, and a little bit of special defense investment in there. Basically just trying to get in there, hit something fast, and get back out. U-Turn is going to hit Celebi for 4 times effectiveness. That's going to be a big factor in today's game. And you know, everything else, Flare Blitz is going to hopefully probably OHKO the Ferrothorn depending on the spread. Close Combat does a lot of damage to a lot of the stuff he's bringing. I mean, just basic stuff. And the Gunk Shot is there to hit any fairy types or just general coverage. Always feel like you need a Gunk Shot. Next is our probably the best pick we got in our draft, Heavy Metal Mega Metagross. Coming at you with Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Hammer Arm, and Substitute, running him a fast sweeper. Basically, I want him to get in there on a switch, set up a sub, and be good to go is my one big plan for him. That's my, that's what I'm kind of keeping in mind. Running Jolly to outspeed some things. Next is actually our Jolteon, Watts. This is actually kind of a cheeky Jolteon I'm running. I'm running Assault Vest, Volt Absorb. Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Signal Beam, and Volt Switch. I kind of want to get some switching action with U-Turn with Volt Switch is what I'm kind of looking for. He has just enough HP and special defense investment to be able to live, I think he can live 2 Earth Powers from Flygon if he's Life Orb, and he can live Stealth Rocks, Dragon Pulse, and Earth Power from Flygon if he's Choice Specs. So he's my big Flygon counter. 1 HP Ice actually OHKOs with his current spread, so he's my big Flygon counter. The next we have is Vin Diesel, my Shiny Golurk, or bring Focus Sash, No Guard, Dynamic Punch, Fire Punch, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. Now, Vin Diesel is actually what I think is the most under-tiered Pokemon of all time. Playing around with Team Online, he is a beast. He actually takes a lot more than I thought he would, which kind of makes me regret the Focus Sash, but not really. He is my Hazard Center. With Stealth Rock, I want to be able to live something, set up, get those rocks up because it's going to do a lot of damage, especially if he's wanting to rely on Natural Cure Celebi. If he's wanting to rely on any of his non-steel type Pokemon, rocks will chip away. Dynamic Punch with No Guard is crazy. Super strong and always confused. Does massive damage to teams if you get confused, especially with that Ferrothorn. It's going to hit it super effective. It's going to take recoil damage, but that's fine. I'm not looking for longevity here. I'm looking for something that can hit, get up rocks, and be gone. He actually outspeeds a lot of lower tier speed Pokemon, which is interesting, so it's very, very useful when it happens. I love Golurk. I'm ready to see him do some action. And last but not least is Captain Planet, our Shiny Latios, running Life Orb, Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Hidden Power Fire, and Roost. He's just a fast special sleeper variant. I'm hoping to get off a Roost at some point, just to keep his longevity in there. I don't know if it'll happen, but it's a great 4th move because with the problem with Latios is you've got 2 moves you've got to run. You've got to run Draco Meteor and you've got to run Psyshock. His last 2 are kind of up to you. HP Fire is going to hit that Celebi. It's going to hit that Ferrothorn. His 2 big threats. And Roost hopefully will take care of a lot of the rest of his... just keep me longevity, really, so that I can clean up with everything else. Plus, you know, if he's coming in on Switch, or I think he's going to switch or something, I can go ahead and Roost. HP Fire will hopefully catch him off guard, but that's my big plan as of there. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and ask Jordan for the battle, and I'll cut to when it starts. Starting off against Jordan. As you can see, he brought Altaria. Oddly enough, Poliwrath, Ferrothorn, Gardevoir, Umbreon, and Flygon. Not the Celebi, which is interesting. I still think my best bet is to lead with Vin Diesel, who was kind of my suicide lead from the beginning, and see what I can do from there. I'm predicting him to lead either Ferrothorn or Umbreon, either get spikes up or set up maybe Baton Pass into something else. Very interesting. It's an interesting team. I think we can handle it pretty well. We've got kind of counters for everything. Need to make sure I keep my Jolteon and Latios at pretty high health. That's going to be the big thing. But that being said, going to go ahead and lead off with Vin Diesel. He is going to bring out Umbreon first. Now, I think Umbreon does not get Magic Guard. He's synchronized. So I don't want to go Toxic, but I am going to go have this opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks, which I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer so that, there is a timer going on. I don't know that he has any Rapid Spinners or Defoggers, unless Ferrothorn gets Rapid Spin, which it could. I don't actually know that one, which is good. It means my rocks are going to be up. Altaria is going to take 25% on a switch in, at least the first time. Everything else is not going to take too much, but it will chip damage. It'll break sashes if they have them. Just to make sure everything's good to go. It is a very interesting team. I think so we get the Stealth Rocks up, and he goes for Work Up. So he's got 1.5 attack. Now, if he's synchronized, I can't go for Toxic. So my only play here is to go for Dynamic Punch. I don't know that Confusion synchronizes. It might. I don't think it does. It does not. Okay. So he brings me to my Sash. He's confused. He's setting up. Now he's lefties. If I go Toxic, whatever happens, Vin Diesel is going down this turn. So if I go for Toxic and he synchronizes me, that's fine. I'm still going to get the Toxic off. Okay. So I'm going down this turn. Oh, never mind. I wouldn't have gone down. But either way, now this Umbreon's on a timer. I feel good bringing in. I can go into Anger and U-turn back into Boiled. So I'm going to go into Infernape and U-turn back out into my Heat Rain. I think is the best play in this situation. It'll give me some switch initiative because he's probably going to switch out rather than stay in. I mean, if he stays in, that's fine. I don't think he will. He could. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go for U-turn. See what happens. He'll probably switch. I'm predicting into... That's a hard one. I wouldn't do Ferrothorn. I'm guessing probably into Poliwrath would be the play. At that point, I can just go into Jolteon. Which, by the way, I don't know if I said this, is guaranteed to outspeed the Flygon. So if I go to Jolteon and he switches back out into Flygon, I'm going to outspeed every time and we get to go. So even if I don't get my Volt Switch off, I'll still OHKO the Flygon and be good. So he's taking his time right here. He's, of course, because he's awesome, talking trash in the chat. Okay, so he does go out into Flygon. That's interesting. Basically, Watts is my Flygon counter. So I'm going to go out into him. So what happens, like I said, I should still outspeed him by a lot. I think even uninvested, timid Jolteon outspeeds Flygon. So HP Ice should OHKO here. He might switch, he might not. I don't know. Ooh, he did outspeed. But I'm living too. So maybe choice Scarf variant? That could be a thing. Because he shouldn't have outsped unless he's got... Yeah, it would have to be choice Scarf, I think. I think I calculated it right. Might have calculated it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, Flygon is down. It takes out one of his bigger threats for me. Umbreon is back out, so that's interesting. I do have Signal Beam on this Jolteon, so I'm going to go ahead and go for that. I don't know if it'll take him out because Umbreon is a huge... It didn't, so he's going to go for Foul Play, take out my Jolteon really low. But at this point, Jolteon just doesn't do much, so I feel safe going for another Signal Beam and just taking out this Umbreon. So that's two threats out of the way right there. I mean, Umbreon's not really a threat. He's more of a wall, but it looks like he was trying to set up, maybe do some baton passing. So that's good to be out of there. It's going to open up my Latios and my Metagross pretty well, which is great. I'm looking at possibly coming in. I don't know. The only thing that really would want to come in, I guess, is the Ferrothorn, depending on what he's running on there. Because if he's got Leech Seed, he can Seed me, he can Protect, he can Toxic. I don't have anything for him now that I've revealed the HP Ice. I don't know if it's what he's going to go for, but I think he's safe to go into there. So that's what I'm expecting to see next. Yeah, I don't know that's what he'll do. It's what I would do. It's all theory mods at this point. I mean, you don't know what's happening. That being said, I think we're in a really good position. We're up by 1, but the one we lost was our suicide lead, so we were kind of putting him out there to lose him. Well, it's not really a huge worry on my part. He's taking his time, which is fine. Better to make a slow decision than a hasty one. That's absolutely good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep waiting to see what happens. Like I said, I wouldn't switch in my Altaria right now, especially after I've revealed the HP Ice. That seems like a bad play on his part. Can't switch in the Poliwrath because it just wouldn't work. He's saying his mic died. That shouldn't be possible. Okay. Anyways, so we switched in his Altaria. That's interesting. I could HP Ice. It's Mega Altaria. So if I go for a Volt Switch, if I go for HP Ice, Watts doesn't do anything at this point anymore. I mean, he's kind of a check to Poliwrath, but a lot of stuff checks at Poliwrath, so I'm not too worried about that. If I go for HP Ice, I'll outspeed, and I'll get a super effective hit off, which I think is going to be the play here. So he Megas, HP Ice, bringing down a 37, which is, and he Roots. Okay. That's actually, he's gonna win this stall war. There's not much I can do. I mean, I've got Mega Metagross as a counter. I've got Boiled as a counter. I planned for this. There's not really a point to him roosting. I guess to get back to full HP. Okay, so he goes for Dragon Claw, takes me out. That's fine. Because I think if I Mega and set up a sub, that he's not going to be able to break it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Mega and I'm going to go sub. That's easiest decision in the world. Just because I don't think he can break it. Mega Altaria is not a good... excuse me, my voice keeps cracking. It's not a good check for Mega Metagross, by any means. There's... Okay, so he roosts, which is good because I can go for a Meteor Mash and hopefully connect, and I miss, of course. It's great. I love when Meteor Mash misses. So he D-Danced, that's kind of scary, not going to lie. Hopefully this Meteor Mash will connect, and it won't one-shot, I don't think, but it might get my attack up, which would be good. Problem is, he's going to break that sub on this. He's going to break my sub on the start. Oh, he goes for a D. He's getting greedy. And a second miss. This move has 90% accuracy, and I have missed twice. So he's at +2/+2. That's terrifying, because if I don't know what can... Okay, so... Oh! Meteor Mash one shot, let's go! Let's go, Mega Metagross! Let's go! Okay, I will take that. I will take that any day of the week, any given Sunday. So this Pokemon is out, Ferrothorn. Rather than staying with Mega Metagross, there's not a point to staying in. I'm just going to go back out into Boiled. He can't touch me. He might can Leech Seed, but I should one-shot most variants of Ferrothorn. It's going to Poliwrath. I'm going Magma Plume. Might I get the burn? No. Okay. So Dairyberry, of course. It's a family name, Dairyberry. I hate this dude. Alright, so I have a couple options here. I can go into Mega Metagross. He's going to take a neutral hit. If he predicts and goes for Ice Beam, then going out into Captain Planet is an issue. If he doesn't, I don't think he will. But I'm going to go into Cap. I'm going to go into Cap. I'm going to make the play. I'm going to make the play. So I go into Captain Planet, goes for Hydro Pump, misses. That's good news. That's definitely good news. Let's go for a Psyshock. If he switches in which he might. He was probably going to switch into Ferrothorn, but I'll take it just because I think it's the best option. Because next play I can go for HP Fire and Oko that bad boy. The match is going really in our favor, but of course with threats like Ferrothorn and threats like Gardevoir still left, it's anybody's game at this point. So I feel good about what I'm doing. That was good. That was good. I have no idea why my voice is cracking so much today. It's just taking me out. Okay, so he switches into Russell. Of course, he spelled my name right. Double. In West Russell, there are 2 L's. I'm just throwing it out there right now. Not even complicated. It's just 2 L's. Like Russell. It sounds better. Like Russell. It's easy. Do not understand the complicated. Whatever. Anyways, so my best switch in for Russell is probably going to be Boiled or Heavy Metal if he goes for a Fairy or Psychic. But if he's carrying HP Ground, I don't think I'm going into Boiled. He goes for the Moonblast, does nothing. Might lower. Nope. Okay. So not gonna do anything. I predict the switch. Probably back out. What are they? He's probably gonna go back out into Poliwrath, which means my best play is Lava Plume. He goes into Poliwrath. Maybe I can get this burn. Maybe, just maybe, crit burn. Okay, get the crit. Okay, I'll take it. So I kind of want to see what he's gonna do. He might predict the switch back out into Latios because of what I did last time. So I'm thinking I'm gonna protect, just to scout and see what he goes for. So I protect. He goes for the Ice Beam. There it is. He went for the Ice Beam. So that's a good thing. I protected. I'm feeling good. I don't know if he thinks I'm gonna stay in or switch. I think the best play here is to go into Metagross. Yep, okay, so he takes the Ice Beam fine. I can fire off a Zen Headbutt. I should outspeed, I think, unless he's Choice Scarf. Okay, so he's going out into Ferrothorn. So he's playing really good, taking the Iron Barb's damage. I could probably, looking at that Zen Headbutt damage, I can probably Oko with Hammer Arm. But, well, okay, if I might get Oko with Hammer Arm. I don't see him being able to do anything to me. And I can switch out next turn. Or I could go into Anger and then U-turn back out. I think that's the better play. So I'm going to go out in Anger because he's probably just going to go for Leech Seed. Yep, there it is. So he's not going to stay in on an Infernape. That would be too bad of a play. So my only option is to U-turn out. He goes into Poliwrath. That's fine. I'm going out. And I'm going back out into Mega Metagross. What do I think he's probably going to switch back out into Ferrothorn, in which case Hammer Arm is my best play here. Because it'll probably Oko. It's better than going out into Boiled or Anger for my other Ferrothorn counters and getting them swept, so I think the best play is Hammer Arm. He stays in, still get the knockout, so I'll take it. Mega Metagross is a beast. Cannot be overstated. Love Mega Metagross. So he's going out into Ferrothorn. I think I'm just going to have to go for it here. I don't see Metagross. Well, he's my counter to Gardevoir, but I've also got Boiled. I've got Anger with the Gunk Shot for the Gardevoir. I think I'm just going to Hammer Arm is my best play. So, and I get the miss. So he's going to get it. He's going to go for Stealth Rock, which is interesting. Late game rocks, but I'm still just going to keep going for Hammer Arm. It's my play every time. So we get that 19%, and we're taking Iron Bombs. That's not good. He's going for Gyro Ball. That takes us out. But I can go into Captain Planet pretty safe here. If he switches, he switches. I'm just going to go for HP Fire. That drops. I'm good to stay in here. He's going to go into Gardevoir. It's at 37%. There's no point in me preserving Captain Planet. I'm just going to go for Psy Shock. I don't know if I'm going to outspeed. Okay, and Psy Shock picks up the kill. So that's pretty great. So you watched it here. That's week 1 of the HQPL, and the Carolina Panchams are 1-0. Hope you guys had a good time watching. We're going to prepare just as great next week when we take on Jake. and the F the haters, we're the bestest, or the other way around or something. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you around sometime.